What up, squad? So look, I'm going to start this video with a really bold statement. If you're currently overweight and the fact that you're overweight is causing you to be depressed, if you watch this video until the end and you apply at least 70% of what I talk about, I guarantee you in 3 to 6 months, you won't even be able to recognize yourself and you will no longer feel depressed anymore, because all it's going to take is a few mental shifts. I understand that you may feel stuck. You're depressed, that caused you to overeat. Overeating caused you to be fat. Being fat caused you to be depressed. And it's this cycle. So you got to understand that there's going to be a moment where you're going to have to push yourself. It's going to feel uncomfortable. It's absolutely going to feel scary. But I just want to bring that to your attention so that you're not expecting one day the heavens opens up and it says, hey, come here into the gym and lose this weight. Nah, it's not going to happen. There's going to be a push that has to happen. This video was inspired by an email that I got from a subscriber, and obviously I'm gonna keep him anonymous. He says, yo, Brix, I've been following your channel for a while. Over the past few years, I put on a lot of weight and it's been seriously affecting my mental health. I used to feel good about myself and now I don't recognize the person that I see in the mirror. What's worse is that this weight gain has led to depression. I feel stuck in this cycle and I'm too down to get motivated to make changes. But the more weight I gain, the worse I feel mentally. It's affecting every area of my life, my work, my relationships. All right. You guys get the picture. So here's the thing. I can identify with that. When I was 360 pounds, I dealt with anxiety. I dealt with depression. I dealt with a host of mental health issues. As I started to treat myself better, my mental health improved. If you can identify with this stuff, right? I want to outline in some steps what to actually do if you resonate with this letter. The first step, I want you to find somewhere quiet. I don't care if you got to go in a goddamn treehouse. Get away from people, get somewhere quiet, and have a piece of paper, preferably a journal of some sort. And I want you to start with a journaling exercise. I want you to write down everything you're feeling. And now, guys, I'm not going to go into the details of this exercise. The details will be in the description, but the overview is this. You need to identify what you're feeling. So start down. I feel X, Y, and Z. I'm feeling bad about myself because I've gained 50 pounds over the last 2 years. I feel slow. I feel weak. I feel tired. I feel anxious. I feel I'm trapped in a body that doesn't align with who I am, right? Write that stuff down. Next, I want you to write down what habits, what is it about you? What is it that you do every single day that created this shitty reality for yourself? I eat potato chips at 3 in the morning. I don't exercise. I don't meditate. I have insert bad habit. Write them all down. What are the things that created this body, that created this shitty fucking life that you're depressed about? I say all that to say, now that you have all of these thoughts and these emotions down on paper, they're no longer just running around in your head driving you crazy. They're down on a piece of paper. You have outlined what the issue is. From this list, right? Because the last part of that journaling exercise is for you to identify what you should do. What are the 1 or 2 things that you can commit to that can turn things around for you? Once you identify what those 2 things are, I want you to put it on your fucking calendar immediately, right? Whether that's, hey, I'm going to start off by going to the gym 3 days a week and I'm going to stop drinking soda because we're doing something small, and I'm going to get to that a little bit later in this video. Once you identify what that thing is, put it on your calendar and fucking commit to it. Commit to it. You're in a dark place right now because you don't trust yourself. You don't have the discipline to take care of yourself. And that's why you feel depressed. You should feel depressed. After you do the journaling exercise and you get all of your thoughts and emotions down on a piece of paper and you have a plan, an action plan, you fucking implement that plan. The next thing I want you to do, I want you to get some help. You got into this situation because you didn't have support. You got into this situation because you've been trying to escape your emotions. Find a way to make yourself feel good, and you've been turning to food, and you've been lazy because you're so addicted to comfort. It's a very low probability that you'll be able to get out of this hole on your own. You need some sort of community. You need some sort of coach or a therapist or someone to help you with this. It is tough to deal with this shit on your own, and you do not have to. Let me tell you something about my group coaching program. Shout out to the We Are God's members. We talk about this stuff. All of the shit from the issues that we're having in our marriages to our addiction to sugar and everything in between. We talk about this stuff, and it's very healing. It's very therapeutic. You don't have to take my word for it. Listen to my man Akil, who is a part of my group. Like, if someone was to say, yo, you're a part of Brix's program, tell me about your experience. What would your response be to that?
Okay, this is what I would say. I've never been to therapy. I've never been to therapy. I'm not saying this is therapy, but it's a cousin
If you identify that you need help, and it's okay to need help. That's not a weak. I needed help. Every person who I've interviewed who has lost a significant amount of weight, they needed help. It's okay to get help. This is the best investment you will ever make. So if you are serious about getting the support and you want to interview to join my group coaching program, because I don't just let anybody in, click the link in the description and sign up for a discovery call. I'm only allowing people to join who I think are going to add to the community. All right. So if you're serious and you're ready, click the link in the description. So the next point, and I already kind of talked about this, is to break the isolation. A lot of the times, men, especially black men, we're trained to internalize our emotions. Oh, just deal with that shit. You don't have to talk about it. You don't have to write about it. No, we don't have to carry this load on our own. Talk to someone. Get support from a group. Talk to a friend. Find a way to pull yourself from the isolation, because that's making your burden heavier than it has to be. And again, if you don't have someone in your life, sign up for the group coaching program. Okay, so after you've done the journaling exercise and you recognize, okay, these are the habits that created this situation, that created this body, that created this depression. Now you're going to figure out, what are the small steps that I can take? And I mentioned a little bit earlier in this video, I may be able to just cut back on soda and go to the gym 3 times a week and don't change anything else. You want to start small. You want to set yourself up for some wins, because right now you don't have any confidence. So if you set the bar dumb high and you fail, all you're going to do is fucking steal more confidence from yourself. Give yourself an achievable goal, something that doesn't feel overwhelming. You can slowly, after you hit that goal, set another goal a little bit higher, and you incrementally gain the confidence and you gain the wins and you create the momentum over time. Give yourself 18 months to get this under control. What about if you lost 3 to 5 pounds a month for 18 months instead of trying to lose 5 pounds a week? Think about how you can position yourself to win. Use all the knowledge and the wisdom from the past failures to set yourself up for success this time. That's going to help create the confidence. It's going to help make a shift inside of you to where that depression can lift. You start acknowledging wins, right? You start making little promises to yourself and you keep them. You're going to feel so much better. All right. But you got to be intentional about setting yourself up for wins. And the last thing I want to talk about, you want to make sure that you're being kind to your fucking self. You must activate self-compassion. You cannot hate yourself to a new body. You can't hate yourself out of depression. You have to acknowledge where you are. Listen, I've been slacking for the last 5 years. I've gained 70 pounds. This is where I am. This is part of the human experience. This is part of my journey. Yes, these things happened and I'm in this situation now. But you know what? It's okay, because I have energy in my body. I can take a step towards a better version of me every single day. You have to have some fucking optimism. If you allow that negative voice in your head to continue to beat you up, you are going to stay stuck in the fucking mud, bro. You will remain depressed. So anytime you notice that voice in your head being abusive, I want you to stop yourself. I want you to take a few deep breaths, and I want you to say, fuck that negative voice. Release that shit and find a way to take an action, get a win right there in that moment. It takes will. And listen, I know that stuck feeling, trust me. And the only way to get unstuck is through action. Stop thinking, do something. I don't give a fuck if it's 10 jumping jacks right now. Do something. That's the only way to loosen the mud that has you fucking stuck in it. All right? You gotta start moving. Activity, activity, activity. Find something to do. Stop thinking. Get the support. Do the journaling exercise. Start a meditation habit. Life-changing. Get a coach. Join a fitness community. There are so many things you can do, but the last thing you should be doing is fucking beating yourself up and sitting on the couch. Get your ass up right now. Matter of fact, close fucking YouTube and go for a walk. Just do something. All right? Hopefully that was helpful. Guys, if you have any concerns, I want you to reach out to me on Instagram. Shoot me a DM with your situation and I will make a video about it. Remember, the body that you want is owned by a higher version of yourself. So evolve. Peace.